If your green card is expiring, should you renew it or apply for US citizenship? And if you're going to apply for US citizenship, do you need to renew your green card first? These are some of the questions we're going to answer in today's video. The first question I want to address here is whether you should apply for US citizenship if you are eligible for citizenship right now when you're considering citizenship versus renewing your green card. The general answer that I give most people who ask me this question is if you are definitely eligible for citizenship and you have a clean case, and by that I mean no criminal history, no ambiguous gray areas that USCIS might deem qualifies as bad character or anything like that, then you should either apply for citizenship right now, apply for naturalization right now, or just wait till the end of Trump's administration, because there are going to be increasing backlogs as we get further and further into his administration, and USCIS policies are going to begin changing and become more aggressive and more hostile towards immigrants, where if you're considering applying, I would honestly just say do it now or wait, and for now just renew your green card. The next question people ask is, okay, so if I do want to apply for citizenship now, what do I do with my green card that's about to expire? Well, the general rule here, and USCIS will probably accept your citizenship application right now, even if your green card is expired, but I expect that policy to revert to the old version, which basically says you need to have either a valid green card that's unexpired or proof that a new green card application is pending, an I-90 application is pending, before you can submit your N-400 application for naturalization. That new policy hasn't gone back into effect yet, but I expect it to go back into effect within the next few weeks or months. So here's what I tell my clients. If your green card is not expired, then file your N-400 and don't worry about renewing your green card by filing an I-90. But if your green card is currently expired, then I would file an I-90 first, because I can easily see USCIS taking the position that you needed to have a valid green card or a green card application pending before you could file your N-400 application. And I can even see them tying your lack of having a new green card or a new green card application pending to bad character, because in the regulations, you are required to have a green card that's unexpired on you. It's only a civil offense. It's like a small fine if you don't carry the green card with you. But having an unexpired green card is a requirement. And if your green card is expired and you don't have a new one pending, then I can see USCIS denying your citizenship application on that basis. This hasn't actually started happening yet. But when my clients ask me if they should renew your green card, the answer for me always is, if your green card is not yet expired and we file your citizenship application before it expires, then you're good. You don't need to renew your green card. But if your green card's gonna expire, then I would file an I-90 application to renew your green card. And as soon as you have an I-90 application pending, you don't need to wait for the green card to be approved or for the new one to arrive. As soon as you have an I-90 application pending, then you could file your N-400 for citizenship. And you know, this isn't great for most people because the I-90 costs like $500, and then the citizenship application costs $710. So you're basically wasting an extra $500 throughout this process. But if you don't do it, my fear is that they'll deny your citizenship application, and then you'll end up losing $710, and then you'll have to refile another citizenship application and lose another $710 instead of just losing the $500 with the other scenario. Another question that people have been asking me, now that I think about it, and this is actually beyond the scope that I wanted to cover in this video, is whether they risk getting deported if they apply for citizenship versus just renewing their green card. The answer to this question is somewhat complicated, but the general answer is that when you renew a green card, even if you have a deportable crime in your immigration history, usually that doesn't come up. Usually they just renew your green card. Even if you're deportable or inadmissible, your new green card will arrive in the mail. This is currently what's happening, and it's been happening historically. This can change in the future, so don't rely on this. Definitely speak with me or another immigration attorney if you think you're deportable and you're considering renewing your green card. Whereas if you apply for citizenship and you're deportable, you might actually end up in removal proceedings and end up losing your immigration status in the US and get deported from the US. So it depends. It's a fact-specific inquiry. If you really want to know the answer to this question as it pertains to your specific immigration status, you need to schedule a consultation and speak directly with an immigration attorney because it's very fact-specific. Sometimes it's better to renew the green card. Sometimes it's much better to apply for citizenship. And I'll give you an example. If you are inadmissible, which means you have a green card and you're not allowed back in the US if you leave, you might not be deportable. So there are scenarios where people commit a crime and they are not deportable because of that crime, but they are inadmissible. If they ever leave, they won't be allowed back. And if they try to come back, they'll be placed into deportation proceedings. In that scenario, sometimes the best legal strategy is to not travel after you're deemed inadmissible or you commit the crime or are convicted of the crime that renders you inadmissible, and then wait 5 years and apply for US citizenship. When you apply for citizenship, they might not be able to consider that crime because it's outside of the last 5-year good moral character period, and then you can naturalize and fix your inadmissibility. This is actually something we do with a lot of our clients, but it's a fact-specific inquiry. So with this last question, if you're not sure, speak with an attorney. It's too complicated to figure out by yourself. And if you try to figure out by yourself and you're wrong, the consequences can be life-changing. All right, guys, that brings us to the end of today's video. If you have any questions, you can throw them in the comments below. Sometimes I get around to answering the questions. It's been a little crazy with Trump's immigration policy, so I might not be able to answer or see any of your comments, but I do appreciate you commenting. Nonetheless, if you hate the video, if you like the video, if there are other topics you want me to address in the future, throw it in the comments below. If you guys are new to my channel, I try to put out several videos each week on family-based immigration, naturalization, and changes to immigration policy under Donald Trump's administration. If you need any personal assistance with your immigration case or that of a loved one, schedule a consultation directly with me. You can find my information in the video description below, and I'll see you guys next time for another video.